You think of the Great Wall of China, right? It's this global icon, so massive it feels like it's just part of the planet itself. But what if it isn't permanent? Because right now, this ancient wonder is facing some very modern threats that could literally erase it from the landscape. Today, we're going to dive into the incredible high-tech mission to save it. And let's start with just the feeling of the place. Because seeing the wall in person, it's genuinely humbling. It's a structure so vast, so completely mind-boggling, that it can leave even the most jaded traveler just stunned. It's more than a wall, it really feels like you're touching thousands of years of human history. And the scale, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. Over 21,000 kilometers. To put that in perspective for you, that's about half the circumference of the entire Earth. It's truly one of the most astonishing engineering feats in human history, built piece by piece, dynasty by dynasty, over 2,000 years. But here's the thing, that incredible legacy, it's fragile. Despite its name, the Great Wall is not invincible. And the very forces, both natural and human, that it has withstood for centuries are now pushing it right to the brink. So what exactly is it up against? Well, the challenge is basically a war on two fronts. On one side, the wall is being besieged by the slow, relentless forces of nature. And on the other, you've got the direct and often really damaging impact of people. It's this constant battle against erosion from within and without. And this really breaks it down perfectly. Over on the left, you see nature's assault. Things like climate change bringing more rain, plants literally tearing bricks apart from the inside, and just the slow, steady grind of wind and weather. And on the right? Well, that's us. Millions of tourists, graffiti, and even large-scale accidental destruction. Let's dig into nature's impact a bit more. Increased rainfall in places like Beijing seeps into the structure, wearing away at the bricks and loosening the foundation. And plant growth is a total double-edged sword. Sometimes, the roots can hold a section together, but other times they act like tiny wedges, prying the ancient stonework apart. It's a really complex, delicate balance. The human impact is often way more direct and, frankly, pretty shocking. There are these unbelievable stories of construction crews just accidentally bulldozing parts of the ancient wall. Then there's the senseless damage, like graffiti carved into the bricks. In the past, some villagers even took bricks to build their own homes. And of course, the sheer volume of millions of visitors causes major wear and tear every single year. But, okay, it's not all doom and gloom. Now there's a new plan. Faced with these relentless threats, authorities in Beijing have launched a comprehensive new strategy. And this is a blueprint designed not just to patch up the damage, but to fundamentally change how the wall is protected for generations to come. So the heart of this new strategy is the Great Wall Protection Regulation. You can think of it like a massive software update to an older law from 2003. It's not just about patching up bricks. It's a complete vision that combines legal muscle, cutting-edge technology, and, this is crucial, coordination across all the different regions the wall passes through. The whole plan really rests on four main pillars. First, it sets up clear legal standards so everybody's on the same page. Second, it expands protection beyond just the wall itself to the surrounding environment, because it's all one ecosystem, right? Third, it forces different provinces to actually work together, because the wall obviously doesn't care about our borders. And finally, it starts laying the groundwork to safely open more of the wall to all of us.
And this is where it gets really, really cool. To actually enforce all these new rules, China is deploying this futuristic arsenal of technology. It's basically transforming preservation from a manual boots-on-the-ground effort into a high-tech surveillance and conservation mission.
To get why this is so revolutionary, you have to see how things used to be done. For years, the front line of defense was these local villagers who worked as guardians. These folks would walk nearly 20,000 steps a day, a grueling task, just to inspect their little section of the wall. And remember, most of the wall is in these remote, rugged mountains. We're talking about hiking through dense forests, in scorching summer heat with mosquitoes, or through freezing winter winds. And if they found a problem, reporting it was slow. It was heroic work, for sure, but totally inefficient against the scale of the threats. Okay, so that was then. Now compare that to the new digital toolkit. Today, those guardians are getting a massive upgrade. We're talking satellite monitoring to see tiny shifts in the ground, drones that can spot structural weaknesses or even count crowds, and 3D digital models so precise they can track a single loose brick. This isn't just a patrol, it's a complete digital shield.
And the difference is just night and day. Where coverage was once limited by how far a person could walk, now it's comprehensive. Where the data was just a few photos, now teams get real-time 3D models. And most importantly, the response time to a threat has gone from days or weeks to pretty much instant. It is a complete game changer for preservation.
So, what does all of this actually mean for the future of the Great Wall and our relationship with it? See, this technology isn't just about locking it away and preserving it like a museum piece. It might just be the key to unlocking it. So, here's a pretty surprising fact for you. Of all the sections of the Great Wall in the Beijing area, less than 5% are officially restored and open to the public. Over 95% remains undeveloped, the so-called Wild Wall, which is beautiful but often pretty unsafe to visit. And this right here is the ultimate promise of this new plan. With precise, real-time data on the structural health of every single section, authorities no longer have to guess. They can pinpoint which wild parts are stable enough to be carefully restored and opened up, creating new, safe ways for visitors to experience this wonder.
So we'll end on this thought. This high-tech rescue mission is about so much more than just preservation. It's about creating a perfect digital understanding of the wall. And with that knowledge, we might be on the verge of safely experiencing more of this 21,000-kilometer marvel than ever before in history. So the big question is, are we watching the moment technology finally unlocks the Great Wall for the entire world?